if you're going down a path you've never been down before, look to those who've already been there, those who can mentor you along the path, those who can say, hey, these are some, things that you should do.
Welcome to the Seven Eagle Group podcast, your home for inspiring stories, valuable tips, and great advice from hard-charging veterans so you can lead a more rewarding and lucrative post-military career.
Hey, everybody, it is Jordy from Seven Eagle Group. Whenever we get a success story, man, I love to celebrate it. And this is one of the good ones, and it couldn't happen to a better guy. This is Brendon McGee, U.S. Army vet. He's living out in Fort Worth, Texas, and just a tremendous talent, great person who did his SkillBridge internship with us and now just landed an amazing job with. Well, I'm gonna let you tell everyone where you're working because it's so cool. So first, introduce yourself. Tell everyone a little bit about what was your Army experience like, and then we can get into the transition.
Yes. So yeah, everybody, my name is Brendon McGee. Retiring after 22 years in the United States Army. Background is majorly aviation operations specialist, which is dealing with flight operations, but there's a lot of project management, dealing with that and everything. Upon, saying, it's time for me to move on to greener pastures, I decided I wanted to go down the cybersecurity path and start a career in that. So did training, got my Security Plus certification. Been doing things with RangeForce,
Yep.
TryHackMe, doing things on my own just to, to try to boost up my own experience and everything. Had a great opportunity to interview with General Dynamics Information Technology, talk with them, whenever my skill set. Had a great interview. At first, the timelines just weren't aligning and everything. But then they came back a couple weeks later and, offered me the position for a systems security engineer. So
that is so awesome. This is one of the best companies in the world you're talking about here. And I'll tell you what I liked the most about working with you over the last few months is you freaking got a drive in you and determination. You just always had this focus on your career and like where you wanted to go, and you didn't settle. You had a lot of other offers and opportunities, and I know you sort of held tight and you waited for something great. Like what talk a little bit about that. Why was that your attitude going into your career?
Oh man. I mean, when it's almost like I'm in a space in my life is like, hey, I know what I want. Even though there was other opportunities, like, hey, I can do this or I can do that. But at the end of the day, it was like, hey, am I going to be happy doing this thing? It's not, got placed and I have to do this job. It's something that I get to choose. So, I made the decision like, hey, this is the career path that I want. Stuck to it and, just waited out for, a good opportunity, and stars aligned and, offer fell in my lap.
You impressed a lot of people at our company and at hiring authorities around the country who were checking you out. Talk a little bit about your work ethic. Like, you showed up to everything, you busted your ass, you got your certs. And I know that's not easy. You picked a career path that's requires constant studying and getting these certifications, and it's not easy, and it's not for the faint of heart, but you hung in there and are getting it done.
Yeah, I would say like one of the main things that I learned through my military career is if you're going down a path you've never been down before, look to those who've already been there. Those who can mentor you along the path, those who can say, hey, these are some, things that you should do. Hey, when was the last time I did an interview? Last time I did an interview was, back in 2000, so, so, being able to talk to you and talk to other individuals about, how to interview, how you should answer questions, how you should approach the interview, how to prepare for interview, taking all those key things in, really help me, prep myself and present myself in a positive and, really good way. But, going down a brand new path, it can be scary, it can be uncomfortable,
No doubt.
but challenging, but
You always had
it
confidence
was,
in yourself, though, which I loved
yeah,
about that. It's such a important part of this. You gotta believe that you can do it.
absolutely. You definitely got to believe in yourself, because if you don't
Yeah.
believe in yourself, nobody else is going to
Nobody's
believe in
going.
you,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's going to be one of those motivating factors that's going to keep you learning and pushing forward.
yeah,
Because, like you said, it's not easy.
yeah.
Switching careers, period, is not easy.
No.
Transitioning the military amidst of going after a new career is not easy,
Yeah, especially with
but
20 plus years. I mean, come on. I mean, that's got to be super scary. But listen, you are a
right.
friggin' inspiration to guys men and women coming out of the service, people who have been out. You show that you can go after your goals and achieve them. And I love that about you. Do you mind talking a little bit about Seven Eagle Group, about our team, the work that we're doing for the military community, and how we're helping veterans and what that meant to you?
Oh man. Ooh, it was one, just having individuals, one, that are veterans themselves.
Yeah.
So again, individuals who've already walked their path, or they're on their way, toward the end of their career, transitioning and everything, giving you insights, giving you tips, on how to, navigate these waters to, the private sector. Also, your recruiters that are out there grinding every day, reaching out to companies that want to partner with Seven Eagle, and also getting those companies on board that actually want to hire vets, because they realize, the invaluable experience that we bring to the table, no matter what the career path might be. There's a lot of skills that, veterans bring to the table, and that are valuable to, civilian corporations. Um, so seeing that, getting to talk to some of your recruiters, work with some of them, and also talk to, civilian companies, interviewing with them and everything like that, it's been a eye-opening experience, and definitely has been a major part in getting me to where I am, today. So I definitely appreciate you guys. Like, definitely, if I ever run across a brother, hey, I'm looking for, a job, I'm trying to do this, that, and the third. Hey, you need to get with Seven Ego, because those guys got it right, and they're moving in the right direction, and
Uh,
definitely can help you get to where you want to be.
Thank you. I appreciate that. What advice would you have for your military brothers and sisters who are, where you were 6 months ago, a year ago, where they're faced with this, holy crap, I got to start this post-military career. What advice would you have for these folks on how they can navigate it? Their
And one, start early. Start early. If you can start 2 years out, start 2 years out, and start planning and start prepping yourself. Um, because it's a lot. It's a lot. Moving, choosing a career, choosing a place to live, um, preparing for interviews. It's a job in itself.
Yeah.
So preparing yourself, one, getting in with, a company like yourself, Seven Eagle, getting in with Seven Eagle, start talking to, your recruiters, and, talking to yourself, looking at the different videos and everything like that, just to start preparing yourself, so you can begin to navigate those waters, as you transition out the service.
Yeah. No, that's great.
Planning and preparation.
Yep. You did all that stuff to a T, man. I love it. I love it, man. You are someone who's going places. I cannot wait to watch your career and see where you end up, man. There's so few people get an opportunity to start their career with a company like General Dynamics, and I know that's going to catapult you on this fast track. So I can't wait to see where you're going to end up and the good that you're going to do for the community, and it's been an honor having you participate with us here at Seven Eagle, and I wish you all the best, buddy.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, Jordan.